Hello everybody and welcome to the video. So this is another introductory talk on Advaita Vedānta. We're going to look at Brahman, Atman, and existence, consciousness, bliss, Sat-Chit-Ānanda. So the basic idea is that Atman is yourself, what you really are, the consciousness looking out, not the body, not the mind. That's kind of what you're looking through, if you want to look at it like that. Brahman is the ultimate reality. This is existence itself, in which everything arises. And the separate minds and separate bodies are kind of just shells on that. And really, what I am is the same thing as what you are, is this consciousness that's behind everything. Now, it's described as existence, consciousness and bliss. We're going to look at each part. So Sat-Chit-Ānanda. The Sat is normally translated as existence, but Rupert Spira doesn't use existence, he uses being. He doesn't like existence because it comes from a Latin root that's existere, which means it's to stand out. So it's more, he uses that more for the manifestation. So there's interesting things you can say with that. You can say, well, anyway, there are things interesting you can say if you follow that line of reasoning. But it is often, we do normally translate it as existence. So it's not, if you hear Rupert Spira talking and saying that that's not the ultimate reality, then that's what's happening here. We normally translate it as existence, just the fact that things exist. It's not even the fact that things are there. Whether something is there or whether something isn't there is all in this basic existence. The fact that things are not there is also, it's kind of something existing. It's kind of the non-existence of something, or the non-appearance of something. The fact it isn't there, and that when something is there, also, you can think of it like sound. So first there's no sound, there's silence, and then you've got noise, and then you've got silence. Now, underneath the noise, there is actually silence. There are two types of silence. There's an absence of noise, and there's the silence in which both the noise happens and also the silence happens. So it's kind of the deeper silence. You could also look at it maybe as, if you say, my teapot exists, and then my teapot's here. I don't have it today. And now my teapot's not here. Today it's not there. Now, if it's there or if it's not there, all of that is in existence. Even though when it's not there, it's in this sat. Sometimes they translate it as truth as well. Not truth like 2 + 2 = 4 kind of truth. I think it's called a prepositional truth. But just that which is, the is-ness of things is sat. In the sense, when something's there or not there, it could be like two sides of a coin, or death and life. You have, on one side, you've got there, it's here. On the other side, it's not here. Now, both of those, they're on the coin. The coin is sat. We can also look kind of in science. You go back to the Big Bang, where everything was created, apparently. Not that I doubt it. I think it's a good model. Time and space as well came out of that. Now, but what did that come out of? Where did it go into? There is a kind of deeper existence that goes beyond the non-existence of things. So we can see it like in quantum foam. You have quantum foam, it pops into existence and pops out. So things really do pop in and out of existence with no cause. But even that, where's the quantum foam come from? It's this non-existence beneath non-existence, the silence beneath the silence. Okay, so that's the thing about sat. That's what sat is. It's just the fact that things are here, or things aren't here. That's also it. That's why it's so quite incredible that where did this all come from? And where? Now, then we've got the chit, so the awareness. Now, there's a small little problem that you can get into. Nisargadatta Maharaj, in his I Am That, he spoke in Marathi. And because of the way it's translated, he uses consciousness and awareness. Sometimes he says that you focus on the I am, and that drops away, and you're left in this pure consciousness. Now, this is because there is a concept of reflected consciousness. There's a concept in Advaita Vedānta that's different in Kashmiri Shaivism, and it's different how Rupert Spira talks about it, that I am aware of being aware. That is the fundamental reality. It's this self-reflexive awareness. In Advaita Vedānta, it isn't. It's you're aware of being aware, and then that awareness of being aware drops, and you're just aware. It's like during deep sleep. So during deep sleep, we don't know we're conscious, but we are conscious. That's what Advaita Vedānta says. And that's kind of why you know you had a good sleep, because you were aware of this natural state in the deep sleep. You didn't have any mind reflecting the consciousness. So what this reflected consciousness is called chidābhāsa. This awareness of being aware is dependent on the mind. It's your pure awareness, this primal awareness, shining in the mind. And if you have the sun, and you have different pots, and you see the sun in each pot, this is our individual awareness. I feel like I've got a different awareness to you, and that's because the sun is shining in each pot, limited by each mind, but it's shining back at the consciousness, which is the thing that notices them. So you are the consciousness. It's not something that you're not. That is you. You're the thing that notices the reflection in the pot. You're the thing that feels aware. So it's not like you are the fake awareness. There's a good story, a joke. So vampires don't like the sun, but they go around at night in the moon. That's fine. And a scientist says to the vampire, "You do realize that the sunlight, the moonlight, is actually just sunlight." And that's what's happening here. Even though this reflected awareness is a thing that's dependent on the mind, it is what you really are. It's you that's seeing this reflected awareness. It's you that's aware of being aware. And that can go, as we see in deep sleep. It's proof that it is like this. Because if something, we're looking for the truth of reality, it's always here. And it should be in all states. It's not something that comes and goes. Psychedelic experiences or samadhi states, they come and go. But what we're really looking for, these exotic experiences, what we're really looking for is that which is always here. We're looking for what's real. And that's another, Sat. That is which is real, the truth. And that should be always here. And that is why in deep sleep we feel so good when we've slept well. And this leads us on to the next point. It's difficult to see how we are Ananda, that we are bliss, that is part of the package, because it's clear that consciousness, I'm conscious, I'm sure of that. It's the only thing you can't deny. I exist also. I can't deny it. And they're kind of linked. If I wasn't conscious, I wouldn't know that I exist. And if I didn't exist, I wouldn't be conscious. So they're kind of the same thing. And we're not saying in a solipsistic way that things only exist, kind of in Bishop Berkeley is the idea that things exist if they are seen. No, things exist. Your mind, not depending on your mind. Your mind is limited, but this existence is beyond your mind, is the existence and consciousness that's in everybody's mind. So And that's why solipsism isn't true. Now, yes, you don't create the world. It's not all inside your limited mind. It's you who's created it. You are this impersonal awareness, which shines through all the different minds. That everything else arises in. It doesn't even shine through. They're just kind of names and forms. Now, but the idea that we are also bliss, that this fundamental reality is bliss, is more difficult to believe, because I don't feel bliss all the time. And I just said that if it's real, then it must always be here. Now, we can see this in deep sleep, as I hinted to just now. In deep sleep, we're not aware of being aware. We are aware, though. This primal, primitive, phenomenal consciousness is shining forth, always, eternally, unchanging, even in deep sleep. And that's why deep sleep feels so good, because it's the closest we can get. When the mind's switched off and we don't have all the worries and the limitations of the mind, we feel this wonderful deep peace, this quiet joy, as Rupert Spira calls it. Now, we don't know that because we don't remember being aware when we wake up, but we do have a great feeling that we've slept deeply. I used to have terrible insomnia, and I had kind of bad dreams, or even good dreams, but even good dreams weren't nice. They weren't satisfying. It's only deep sleep. When you've had good deep sleep is when you wake up feeling refreshed, feeling revitalized, and you think, I've really slept well. That was good. It's because of that, because our natural state is that. Another way to see it is when in normal life, our mind wants things. We want something, and we think that the thing is what makes us happy. But what's happening is we have a desire. We've developed a need for something, a want for something that we think we want, at least. And then when we get that thing, we think it's the thing that's made me, the new car has made me happy, or the piece of cake has made me happy because I really wanted a piece of cake, and and the cake's made me happy. Thank you. That I wanted some money. The money's made me happy. Thank you. But what's actually happened is you feel a lack. This lack has been developed in the mind. And when you get the thing you want, it's satisfied, and it goes away. And your natural fullness, your plenitude, is a word I don't normally use, actually, only as a spiritual teacher word, just rises up. Your fullness, your satisfaction rises up because there's nothing limiting it. There's nothing that you want that's putting limits on your happiness. When you've got it, it's not that it's made you happy, but that need of wanting to get it has gone, and therefore your joy rises. Now, so it is actually present throughout all states, but we just don't notice it. We can also see another way that we can prove that it's not the thing that made us happy is, for example, with the cake. So one piece of cake, you eat a piece of cake and it's made me really happy. That cake was good. The cake made me happy, transfer of happiness. But no, because the same piece of cake, if you eat 20 pieces, it goes from the thing that makes you happy to the thing that's making you vomit. It's not, it's changing. The only constant is, in the beginning, it's you, because you had a lack of, I don't know, sugar or something, and that made you happy. The more cake you eat, the more horrible it gets, but it's the same piece of cake. It's not the cake that holds the value. Your natural state is this. Your natural state is this peace and quiet joy, satisfaction, fullness. And because of this fullness, you don't need anything. You've got everything you need. This is why it's also described as the lack of limitation. So when we realize that we have no limits, when we get enlightened, see beyond the limitation of the separate self and of everything, of all of this illusion, our natural state, without limits, is a fullness. It is a complete everything. We have everything we need, and it will never disappear because it is eternal, it is pure, and unchanging. It never comes and goes. So that's what it is. That's what you are. This is what Brahman is. The vast, Brahman means vast, infinite, unlimited, with no limits, Sat-Chit-Ānanda, existence, consciousness, and bliss. And what you are, what you really are, that is Brahman. And that's the teaching. All right, I hope that was clear. Thank you very much for watching the video.